into the interview here between Kanata and Sojung, here to translate.
Well, let's see who our MVP tonight is. It cannot not be Hero, I don't know. Let's see. And it is Hero. I'm sorry, spoiled it. Well, it's been a long time since we've seen Hero at Pro League. Hero says he prepared for the Ace match, but he expected not to go to Ace match. He wanted not to go to the Ace match, actually. Hero says he hasn't been able to play games really well. And he says, I was believing in my teammates and I prepared, but I still didn't want to go into the Ace match. I expected our teammates to win, but you know, I'm really happy that I was able to make my team win tonight. You know, Kanata is pointing out that it's been a long time since Hero won in Pro League. When back in Sindorim, there was another arena for Pro League. You know, Hero was actually bringing his own chair to the arena. I think that was about 2-3 years ago. And Kanata is asking how he felt at that point. He says he has a lot of problems right now, you know, outside of the game. It's really hard. But now coming into Pro League, he says, I make a really good situation, but you know, I managed to win. I managed to lose. I make a lot of mistakes. And that kind of thing repeated, and it was really hard for me. But you know, I've been trying really hard, constantly. And I expect that I'll become better as I used to be, like a long time ago. So I'm trying my best at the moment. I think Hero's kind of lost his words right now. And let's see that recap. You know, his acting, you know, his fake, it was just amazing. Let's see at this point. Let's see if he intended on doing this. And he says no, actually. He says he has no thoughts on his mind. He was really nervous. But it was a really good skill, you know. And Kanata is asking who taught him this. Marine King, you know. He says no. He says he went, I think he tried this at an Ace match against SOS a long time ago and he won. So he didn't actually go for the all-in. But he says it just worked out really well at the end. You know, but SOS is also a really good player. He notices things really fast. But let's see here. Kanata is asking the difference between Hero and the difference between normal Protoss. And he says there's none, actually. You know, it's just an Ace match. It's a really important match for him. And you know, even the littlest decisions, you know, it makes a really big difference in the end. And you know, this is the Ace match, so it kind of pressured him, made him concentrate. You know, in this season for MVP, we've been only mentioning Yonghwa, not Hero. And Kanata is asking how he feels, or how he felt about that. Well, I think of Yonghwa as a really good Protoss, and I really like him as a younger brother, so I feel proud of him, actually. And I try to learn from him. And I've been feeling that I've been missing a lot of things, you know, but I don't feel bad about it. And I just try to learn inside the team, you know, try to make really fun games. And I'm just like learning things at this moment. Kanata is pointing out that Hero has a lot of fans, you know. A lot of communities are mentioning Hero's win, I guess, at this moment. Let's see if he has anything to say for his fans. Well, I've showed a lot of bad games recently, and you know, people have been asking me to retire. You know, I'm a really bad player. You know, I've had a really hard time, but I did have a really bad time, but not now. Now it's different, and I feel thankful for the people who take care of me, and I didn't give up because of you guys. Thanks to you guys. I think he's lost his verse again. And I don't really care if people point out the bad points of my games. I'll look after it. And I'll try my best. And this was Hero from MVP. This is Kanata and Sojung.
So Hero, definitely having a lot of fans. He's been around for a long time, and great to see him win tonight. Although I'm sure the SOS fans out there, seeing his face so depressed, so devastated, not going to be as happy.
We got Telecom Wars coming up again. You know, you said this earlier, but before we talk too much about this, because we're going to talk about that in just a second, this is going back to Hero, man. He's always been one of the most emotional StarCraft 2 players, but I love hearing his interviews because he's so honest. You know, he's like, a long time ago, I beat this guy with this build, that's why I did it. Like, he's like, he like is insanely honest. You know, he's also been one of the players who's like very vocally, like when people hate on him, he's just like, I don't care, be a hater, whatever, you know, like he's been like that on his Twitter. He's been like that, you know, in interviews in the past. Like, I love his attitude, you know, towards this sort of thing. Like, people are telling me to retire, but like, no, people are taking care of me. You know, I really look up to Younghwa, and yeah, he's in the spotlight because he's really good. You know, like that was a great interview. It was actually really entertaining.
For me too, as well. I definitely agree with you. Just a very kind of touching interview. You know, he was like taking his time with his words as well. You could tell he was saying what he meant. So that's really good to hear out of him. Guys, we're going to go to a 10-minute break before we go to the Telecom War. Stay tuned. Tell your friends. We'll be right back.